Good morning. So this is my opportunity to be with you and complete my integration process about the journey I've been on, which began by my very good friend Jeannie inviting me to go to Breaking Convention 2025. If you've seen any of my recent films, you know I went to 2013 and 2015, and they both had major influences on my perception of reality and the way that I host my retreats. And in 2013 it was particularly the awareness that what I like to call the blue medicine, our friends the fungi, actually come from another place altogether. So they are truly extraterrestrial beings that choose to enter into our reality for the purposes of our journey of transformation and awakening into the new paradigm. That's what they're about. So on the second day I was given the most minute dab on the tip of my moistened finger with the liberties from Dartmoor. And it's been a 48-hour journey, which I really had not expected at all. And I've spoken in other films about what it was like, particularly being in a very crowded place with lots of people and realizing this is not the way, this is not the right set, this is not the right setting. And it's good to be reminded sometimes to go into the sets and settings which actually don't serve us so well. So I'm actually very grateful for that experience, and then to realise that I needed to prioritise my journey and actually not take part in the third day and be with the medicine, which is what I've been doing ever since. And there's so much a sense of, if only we actually open up, we can see that all the events in our life are unconsciously inspiring and conspiring to put us into the situation that we're getting all of the healing and the lessons that we need. So almost 6 months ago, thanks to Ahmed in Bangalore, because when I arrived to spend the months with Ahmed and Reshma and the team and the family out there in November 2024, as soon as I got into Reshma's flat, having been picked up from the airport, it was like, here we go guys, this is it, beef. And he told me the story of beef, and I've been in a relationship with the spirit of the cow ever since, full of gratitude. And what that journey has given me is it's given me the opportunity to completely reset myself on the physical level. And it's enabled me to become physically stronger than I've actually ever been in my life, which is a bit of an embarrassing thing to say, but it's true. When I was in my 20s, I was so much weaker than I am now. It's because of the differences in what I was consuming. My relative lack of mindfulness about the whole subject of diet and all the rest of it. And I had this sense throughout the 6 months of working with the spirit of the beef that there would come a time when I would no longer need to be focusing on that as my major dietary component. It's been my principal food for 6 months. And it's with the spirit of the Dartmoor medicine that I was informed. Yes, that's right. It was your biological reset to do that, and you are now firing on all thrusters, and you can do all the things that you need to do, and in the process you've let go of some very valuable plant allies, and you're no longer dependent upon them in the way that you were. This is all part of your journey, all part of your process. So it's all about celebrating that. So I have been slowly opening up to eating more plants, particularly in the last month or so, and that process is continuing. So no longer do I get the bloating from certain foods which I used to get. That's over. I've completely reset myself, but I've done it with the aid of the spirits of the animals, the animal spirit medicine. And it's primarily in the spirit of the cow, but it also can include the spirit of the deer, and also, to a lesser extent, the spirit of the sheep. And one of the things that these animals all have in common, unless we interfere with them, they have horns. And there we are, there's a skull on the altar of a deer, and you can see the horns. And the thing that you can notice about horns, if you look at them, a horn is a vortex, and the vortex has a very great part to play in my shamanic life, in the healing work I do with people in the universal soul retrieval, and as a sacred geometrical form that inspires me. And we have the sense of the cornucopia. The cornucopia is a horn of plenty, and it's no surprise in a way that the Vikings used to wear these horns on their headgear. It's like they recognize there was an important thing going on here. And manifestation does come to us in this universe through the horn of plenty, the cornucopia, and that's what the cows and the other animals of the horns literally have, that ability to tap into states of consciousness which is way beyond our capabilities. Humans love to think they're the crown of creation, and it's so not true. So I've wandered off, and that's okay. I'm happy about that. So just to bring it back to a conclusion, I am so grateful for the random dude who simply offered me a tiny little dab of the Liberty Cap from Dartmoor, and I do feel so inspired, and I've been on the most extraordinary journey. And for me, the icing on the cake was yesterday, where I experienced the most transformative dance experiences with my favourite DJ and personal friend Gaz, also known as Gaz Cloud. And he performed for a total of 8 hours yesterday, and I was there for a lot of it. And that journey of being able to be in celebration with people that I love and feel inspired by, it's all been such a gift. So being grateful for all that we have is a really empowering thing to do, and to make that a daily practice, or as a Rastafari would say, I give thanks and praise every minute, every hour on the hour. Just give thanks and praise continually. Be appreciating what you've got. And the funny thing is, the more we appreciate what we have, the more the horn of plenty, the cornucopia, opens up to us to provide us with even more gifts, because we're sending out the message, thank you, horn of plenty. That's the message. You can imagine, by contrast, if we're in a place of complaint, that's like slamming the door on the horn of plenty. So keep the gateways of the horn of plenty open by being thankful for all that we receive. Indeed, it's an old Christian prayer, it's a grace for what we are about to receive. May the Lord make us truly thankful. There you go. All the love to you.